the single act of bravery and the collective soul of a nation. It is the crushing weight of grief shouldered by the bonds of service. The National War Memorial speaks to the world of Canada's heart. And on this day, and at this place, we gather to remember the Canadians who have served their country, for the courage of their actions, the resilience of their spirit, but especially for their sacrifice.
Today, as we gather on this solemn occasion of Remembrance Day, we stand in unity, honoring the brave men and women who raised their hands to serve our nations. These individuals, who stepped forward with courage and conviction, represent the best of us. They are the guardians of our freedom, the protectors of our peace, and the upholders of our values. As we pay tribute, let us remember that these soldiers, sailors, air men and women, and Marines joined the armed forces for noble reasons: to defend their homes, uphold democracy, and preserve the liberties we cherish. Their motivations were grounded in a deep sense of duty, a commitment to justice, and a profound love for their countries. In the face of adversity, these valiant souls exhibited an unwavering spirit, demonstrating extraordinary bravery and resilience. They remind us of the price of freedom and the weight of the sacrifices made in its name. Today, we honor not just their heroism, but also their humanity. Among these heroes, we find inspiring figures like Prince Harry, who has not only served with distinction, but has also become a beacon of hope and recovery for wounded veterans around the world. His creation of the Invictus Games is a testament to the unconquerable spirit of our service members. This groundbreaking event has not only provided a platform for injured soldiers to heal and compete, but has also shone a spotlight on the mental health challenges faced by veterans. The Invictus Games remind us that the battlefield scars are not always physical. The invisible wounds, the mental and emotional toll of combat are just as real. Through this remarkable initiative, Prince Harry has opened a critical dialogue on these issues, paving the way for a more compassionate and understanding approach to veteran care. As we reflect on the sacrifices of our service members, let us also acknowledge their families and their loved ones, who have borne the burden of their absence, their loss, and their transition back to civilian life. Their support and sacrifice are integral to the strength and resilience of our armed forces. Today, let us reaffirm our commitment to support our veterans, to provide them with the care they deserve, and to recognize their unwavering dedication. Let us draw inspiration from their strength and continue to build a world that upholds the values they fought to protect. On this day of remembrance, We stand together in gratitude and reverence. We remember the fallen, we honor the living, and we pledge to never forget their service and sacrifice. May their legacy continue to inspire us today and always.
Has taken on that role, inspiring recovery and resilience through sport. The Royal British Legion supported Team UK to compete at this year's Games in Dusseldorf. RAF veteran Steve Hooper explains how Invictus has helped him.
I joined the RAF to be a mechanical transport driver. I just thought I was going to be driving vehicles and servicing aircraft. I then got deployed to Iraq for the first time. I ended up being effectively a paramedic driver. I saw all kinds of injuries, losing limbs, severe wounds, fatalities. I was covered head to toe in 3 or 4 different people's blood. It's beyond scary. Coming home was very difficult. And that's where things got tough. So I struggled with my mental health for 2 years, which is when I then got diagnosed with PTSD.
In one of our earlier dates, Steve had explained that he had PTSD, and I think he was doing a lot of masking of his symptoms at the time.
Suppressing emotions is like a volcanic suppression, and eventually you're going to erupt. My explosion happened in 2018.
Steve went to Cyprus for a deployment, and on his return, the darkest of his PTSD had really sort of set in.
I started getting therapy, things were starting to go well, and then the pandemic hit. That's when everything got really, really dark. I was struggling to sleep, flashbacks. I would sit in the garage with the door shut. Hiding away was an escape. It was not wanting to really exist in the most brutal sense.
Every day I was scared for Steve, and my worry was that the easiest thing for him to do was just to finish things, just to want life to stop. The significant turning point for Steve getting better was applying for the Invictus Games.
The Invictus journey pushes you to limits that you didn't know you were capable of. Emotionally, physically. When I arrived at my first camp, I was scared. I felt like I wasn't poorly enough to be a member of the Invictus team. But I kept going. What I realised was I was in for a big journey. And I walked out of that sports hall with the first genuine smile I'd had on my face for a long time.
The Invictus has given me my husband back. He just feels such a different person.
They've given me an opportunity to show my children that you can be knocked down. It doesn't matter. You can get right back up again. You just keep moving forward.
We are 3 members of Team UK that competed at this year's Invictus Games. We know the power of rehabilitation. I'm Chris. I was in the Royal Engineers. I suffered life-changing injuries. What I was, I'll never be again, but who I am will never change.
served in the army as a combat medic. I live with Behçet's disease and PTSD from my service in Kosovo. Living with a chronic illness is like fighting a constant battle, but I refuse to let my illness win.
I'm Alan, a former Queen's Guardsman. After a major hip operation, I had to reinvent who I was. With the help of sports and the Invictus Games, I came back stronger.
Athletes that tells us about resilience and reinvention. There is so much power both in that performance and in the words of our Invictus Games athletes that tells us about resilience and reinvention.
Crowd while flying his Apache helicopter in an aerial display show this weekend. ABC's Lama Hassan has the story for us.
The fighter pilot Prince is used to flying his Apache chopper, fighting the enemy on the front lines in Afghanistan. But he's never done anything like this before.
This is a very complex maneuver.
For the first time ever, Prince Harry's hair-raising stunt, wowing the crowd. Watch this jaw-dropping, death-defying stunt. Harry weaves in and out, flipping the chopper almost all the way on its back. Watch the video again as the warrior prince cheats gravity. And little did the crowd know who the man behind the wheel is.
In case there's anybody who hadn't realised who Captain Wales is, it's really Prince Harry.
The crowd shocked. The announcer had to say it again.
And there you have Prince Harry demonstrating in front of you,
showing off his stunts before landing the chopper safely. Oh, Harry, your talents are limitless. For Good Morning America, Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
And this is what former SEAL and really the project manager of the Navy SEAL Foundation, Tony Dunstey, had to say about how special it was to have the Prince and Princess of Sussex.
We're thrilled that the Duke and Duchess are here. It's quite an honor for them to be here for the commissioning. They've proven through the Archbold Foundation their commitment to veteran causes, domestically and internationally. Specifically, they've really destigmatized mental health issues for those who have gone through military service. And they've done that with courage, and it's just great validation to have them here. It's a great signal of partnership internationally, and we're honored to have them here for the grand opening.
I feel strong.